Hello, future medical professionals. Welcome to an exciting journey into the human body. Today, we are diving deep into chemical coordination and integration, focusing on a tiny yet mighty brain region, the hypothalamus. Prepare to uncover its secrets across 4 levels of challenge: easy, medium, hard, and hardest. Let's begin. Ready to understand the basics of this incredible brain part? Let's simplify its role and location. The hypothalamus is a small, but incredibly vital part of your brain. It sits just below the thalamus, acting as a crucial bridge. Think of it as the control tower connecting your nervous system, which sends electrical signals, to your endocrine system, which uses hormones. It's essentially the brain's master switch for controlling many hormonal activities. You'll find it nestled at the base of your brain, forming the floor of a region called the diencephalon, sitting directly above and intricately connected to the pituitary gland. So, what exactly does this master switch do? Firstly, it's a hormone factory, producing special, releasing hormones and inhibiting hormones. These aren't just any hormones, they're like direct instructions sent to the pituitary gland, telling it precisely when to release its own hormones or when to put a stop to their production. Beyond hormones, the hypothalamus is also the ultimate manager of your body's internal balance, known as homeostasis. It meticulously regulates essential functions like maintaining your body temperature, controlling your hunger and thirst, overseeing your sleep-wake cycles, and even influencing your emotions. For example, if you feel cold, your hypothalamus quickly signals the pituitary to release hormones that boost your metabolism and generate much-needed warmth. Time to test your understanding. Which gland is directly controlled by the hypothalamus? Next, can you name just one releasing hormone that the hypothalamus produces? And finally, what do you think is the primary role of the hypothalamus in maintaining the overall balance within your body? Now, let's go a bit deeper into how the hypothalamus exerts its powerful control over the body's hormonal systems. The hypothalamus doesn't just send wake signals, it secretes specific neurohormones from specialized neurons called neurosecretory cells. These come in two main types: releasing hormones, or Rh, which act like accelerators, stimulating the anterior pituitary to secrete its own hormones. Examples include GnRH, TRH, and GHRH. Then there are inhibiting hormones, or IH, which act like brakes, stopping the anterior pituitary from releasing its hormones. Key examples here are somatostatin, also known as growth hormone inhibiting hormone, and dopamine, which is prolactin inhibiting hormone. These precise commands ensure a finely tuned hormonal response throughout the body. The communication between the hypothalamus and the pituitary gland is incredibly sophisticated. For the anterior pituitary, this connection is through a unique pathway called the hypothalamic-hypophyseal portal system. Here, the hypothalamic Rh and IH travel directly through a special network of blood vessels to the anterior pituitary, ensuring their precise and immediate action. It's a direct delivery system. However, for the posterior pituitary, the story is a bit different. Hormones like oxytocin and vasopressin, also known as ADH, are actually produced by specific hypothalamic nuclei, the paraventricular and supraoptic nuclei respectively. These hormones then travel down nerve axons to be stored and later released from the posterior pituitary, illustrating two distinct communication strategies. Beyond its hormonal command center role, the hypothalamus is a true master of homeostasis, diligently maintaining your body's internal stability. It acts as your body's thermostat, initiating sweating when you're hot or shivering when you're cold. It precisely regulates your appetite and satiety, telling you when to eat and when you've had enough. It also monitors your blood's osmolarity, triggering thirst or releasing ADH to manage water balance. Furthermore, it interacts with other brain regions to regulate your crucial sleep-wake cycles and even initiates the fight or flight stress response through the HPA axis. This incredible organ truly integrates nervous and endocrine system functions to keep you balanced. Let's check your grasp on these medium-level concepts. First, explain the fundamental role of releasing hormones. Next, how precisely does the hypothalamus communicate with the anterior pituitary gland? Can you name two specific hormones that are synthesized in the hypothalamus but are subsequently released by the posterior pituitary? Describe one significant homeostatic function of the hypothalamus. And finally, what is the critical significance of the hypothalamic hypophyseal portal system in this entire process? Ready to dive deeper? Let's explore the intricate neural structures and precise pathways that make the hypothalamus so powerful. The hypothalamus isn't a uniform block, it's a complex mosaic of distinct neuronal clusters known as nuclei, each with specialized functions. For instance, the paraventricular nucleus, or PVN, is primarily responsible for producing oxytocin, but also plays a role in synthesizing CRH. Right next to it, the supraoptic nucleus, or SUN, predominantly produces vasopressin, also known as ADH. The arcuate nucleus is a fascinating center, producing GHRH, somatostatin, and dopamine, and is absolutely critical for appetite regulation through its NPY, AGRP, and POMC neurons. Even the preoptic area has its own specific duties, involved in thermoregulation and the release of GnRH. These nuclei are not only highly organized but also richly vascularized, housing specialized neurosecretory cells that are the very heart of hypothalamic function. Let's break down the sophisticated hypothalamic hypophyseal portal system even further. It begins with the superior hypophyseal artery, which supplies blood to a crucial region of the hypothalamus called the median eminence. Here, a primary capillary plexus forms, collecting all the hypothalamic releasing and inhibiting hormones. From this plexus, portal veins elegantly descend through the pituitary stalk, delivering these hormones directly to a secondary capillary plexus located within the anterior pituitary. This direct and highly concentrated delivery mechanism is paramount. It ensures efficient control over the anterior pituitary cells, preventing the hormones from being diluted in the general systemic circulation and allowing for their rapid and localized action. It's a marvel of biological engineering, ensuring precision in hormonal signaling. The regulation of anterior pituitary hormones is a finely orchestrated symphony of signals. Consider growth hormone, or GH. Its release is stimulated by GHRH and inhibited by somatostatin, both from the hypothalamus. Thyroid-stimulating hormone, TSH, is regulated by thyrotropin-releasing hormone, TRH. The gonadotropins, LH and FSH, are precisely controlled by gonadotropin-releasing hormone, GnRH. Prolactin, or PRL, is primarily kept in check by a tonic inhibition from dopamine, also known as PIH, although TRH can also stimulate its release. And adrenocorticotropic hormone, ACTH, is regulated by corticotropin-releasing hormone, CRH. These intricate interactions form complex feedback loops, ensuring that the body's hormonal balance is meticulously maintained, adapting to internal and external demands with remarkable precision. Now for the hard questions. First, differentiate between the primary roles of the paraventricular and supraoptic nuclei. Next, trace the complete path of hypothalamic releasing hormones from their origin to the anterior pituitary. Explain why the hypothalamic hypophyseal portal system is absolutely crucial for the proper function of the anterior pituitary. Which specific hypothalamic hormone primarily inhibits the release of prolactin? How does the hypothalamus precisely regulate growth hormone secretion? What is the function of the arcuate nucleus in relation to anterior pituitary hormones? And finally, name the hypothalamic hormone that is solely responsible for stimulating the release of ACTH. Ready for the ultimate challenge? Let's explore the cutting-edge concepts, intricate mechanisms, and clinical implications of the hypothalamus at a competitive level. The hypothalamus is a master of neuroendocrine transduction, brilliantly converting neural signals into hormonal output. It acts as a central integrator, receiving a vast array of inputs from diverse brain regions including the limbic system for emotions, the brainstem for vital functions, and the cerebral cortex for higher processing. It then synthesizes these signals to precisely modulate the activity of its neurosecretory cells. A prime example is how stress, a neural input, directly triggers the release of CRH, a hormonal output, from the paraventricular nucleus. This sophisticated mechanism allows our bodies to respond to complex internal and external stimuli with perfectly coordinated endocrine adjustments. Furthermore, specialized neurons within the hypothalamus, such as osmoreceptors, thermoreceptors, and glucose-sensing neurons, directly monitor crucial physiological parameters, feeding vital information into this system. Maintaining internal balance relies on incredibly complex feedback loops. We have long-loop feedback, where hormones from peripheral glands, like cortisol or thyroid hormones, travel back to inhibit both the hypothalamus and the pituitary, effectively turning down their own production. Then there's short-loop feedback, where pituitary hormones themselves inhibit the release of their corresponding releasing hormones from the hypothalamus, for example, growth hormone inhibiting GHRH. And finally, ultra-short-loop feedback, where hypothalamic hormones actually inhibit their own secretion, providing immediate self-regulation. This hierarchical control system is a marvel of engineering, ensuring precise regulation and preventing any over- or under-secretion. The pulsatile release of hormones, such as GnRH, is another critical mechanism, demonstrating the sophisticated timing and control essential for proper physiological signaling. Beyond hormones, the hypothalamus is a key orchestrator of the autonomic nervous system, the ANS, integrating vital visceral functions. Interestingly, specific regions are specialized. The anterior and medial hypothalamus are primarily associated with parasympathetic responses, promoting rest and digest functions like decreased heart rate and increased digestion. Conversely, the posterior and lateral hypothalamus are predominantly linked to sympathetic responses, initiating fight-or-flight reactions such as increased heart rate, vasoconstriction, and pupil dilation. This dual control allows the body to fine-tune its autonomic responses to maintain internal balance and react dynamically to environmental changes. It also plays a significant role in mediating emotional responses, including fear and aggression, showcasing its profound influence over both our physiological and psychological states. Understanding hypothalamic function is clinically vital, as its dysfunction can lead to serious disorders. Consider diabetes insipidus, where damage to the supraoptic or paraventricular nuclei, or the posterior pituitary, results in insufficient ADH, causing excessive urination and dangerous thirst. Hypothalamic obesity can arise from lesions in the ventromedial hypothalamus, the brain's satiety center, leading to uncontrolled appetite and weight gain. Kallmann syndrome is a genetic disorder characterized by GnRH deficiency, resulting in hypogonadotropic hypogonadism and a peculiar loss of smell, known as anosmia. Prader-Willi syndrome, another genetic condition, often involves hypothalamic dysfunction, manifesting as insatiable hunger and severe obesity. Even tumors like craniopharyngiomas, located near the hypothalamus, can cause a wide array of endocrine and metabolic dysfunctions. Thus, a deep grasp of hypothalamic physiology is indispensable for diagnosing and effectively treating a broad spectrum of neuroendocrine diseases. Let's tackle the first 5 hardest questions. Describe the concept of neuroendocrine transduction, providing a clear example. Next, differentiate precisely between long-loop and short-loop feedback mechanisms. Explain how the hypothalamus effectively integrates both neural and hormonal signals to maintain overall homeostasis. Which specific part of the hypothalamus is generally associated with parasympathetic functions? And finally, what is the critical physiological consequence of damage to the supraoptic and paraventricular nuclei, particularly concerning water balance in the body? Moving on to the next 5 challenging questions. Discuss the crucial role of pulsatile GnRH release in reproductive physiology. How exactly does the hypothalamus influence the fight or flight response, detailing the pathways involved? Elaborate on the mechanism by which the hypothalamus regulates appetite, making sure to mention the key nuclei and hormones involved. What is Kallmann syndrome, and what are its primary clinical manifestations that directly relate to hypothalamic dysfunction? And finally, analyze the comprehensive impact of a craniopharyngioma on hypothalamic function and its potential wide-ranging systemic effects throughout the body. And that concludes our deep dive into the fascinating world of the hypothalamus. We've journeyed from its basic functions to its intricate feedback loops and clinical significance. For more such in-depth educational content, practice questions, and interactive learning experiences, make sure to visit synapse.omaps.in. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for continuous learning. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep excelling in your NEET preparations.